So the process for creating these shiny metallic pieces can be broken up into 5 simple steps. Step 1 of that is sanding. Sometimes it might be good to use a file, but most of the time, we're going to be using something like this. You might sometimes want to use an electric sander, but that's more helpful for larger or rougher surfaces. And usually, I just use the paper stuff.
But Caleb, how do I know what grit to choose?
Actually, you're going to want a couple different types. It's best to start at a lower level and then work your way up to a higher one. The lowest I have is at 36, but that's way too coarse for most of my projects. Next up, we have the filling and priming. Next up, we have the filling and priming stage. If you have really apparent layer lines or a big hole in your print, wood filler can be a lifesaver. It's pretty cheap, but it helps so much. You just put on a little more than what you need and then sand it down until it's level with the rest of the print and you're good to go. But whether or not you need to use wood filler in your project, you're gonna need to use some sort of primer. Now, you're gonna have to play around a little bit to figure out what type works best for you, but generally, some type of filler primer is the best thing. On the first coat, you're gonna wanna go way overboard with it, so that you can fill in all of the different layers, and then you can sand it down. Just be careful around small details. After you sand that down, you'll need to apply a few more coats, sanding with a higher grit in between. This is gonna depend a little bit on how smooth your print already is. But please, take your time. This step decides exactly how smooth your final print is gonna be. This is the part that most people don't know about, the undercoat. If you want your prints to look super realistic, you're gonna need to use some of this gloss black. This is what makes your prints go from looking dull and muted to looking shiny and realistic and beautiful. Just take your time and apply thin, even coats, and when you're done, it should look super glossy. And it's time for the exciting part, spray painting. It's important on this step to use light, even coats. You've made it this far, don't screw it up. Just hold the can about a foot away and use a lot of light coats. On some of my projects, it's taken over a dozen to get perfect finish, but having that undercoat will make it so much easier and look so much better. And now for the final step, weathering. The easiest way to do this is to mix a little bit of black acrylic paint with some water and then brush it on. A technique I use to make it look awesome are making some parts of it blotchy and then pressing it with a rag to get most of it off. If you have text or small details, you can cover that area and then wipe most of it away, and it'll really make those details pop. But I think this step really brings life to your props. If you want to see me use this exact technique to make Thor's hammer, click right here. Consider subscribing.